Hi everyone and welcome to another weekly update. As always, I hope that your week has been great. If there's anything that you want to share, bookish related or not, of course you can always leave a comment down below. I love hearing your stories as well. Now my week has been great, my last couple of weeks have been great, so I really like where this is going. Last night, Saturday, I went to a concert together with my husband. We went to see The War on Drugs. I'm not the biggest fan, I don't really know them to be honest, but my husband is quite a big fan. And we had a lot of fun. This is one of the things, festivals, concerts, that I didn't really know that I was missing until now when it's coming back, and I'm really enjoying it. So I do hope that it is back and that it's going to stay, because of course, with what's happening in the world right now for the last couple of years, the entire industry of music and stuff like that was really going down. So now everything is getting back on its feet, and I do hope that we will attend a couple of concerts and festivals in the upcoming months, because this one was a nice one. Now, when we go back to books, I actually got two beautiful bookish gifts from some lovely subscribers. The first one is probably one that you have seen if you watched my book haul that I uploaded yesterday, but that is When the Tiger Came Down the Mountain by Niveau. I was gifted this one by Johan, so thank you, Johan. This is such a thoughtful gift, especially because I have said in a previous video that I wanted to read the second book in the series of novellas, and now I can. So this is one that I will definitely be picking up very soon. So again, thank you, Johan. And then the other bookish gift that I got, this is not a book to read, it's a book to actually take notes in, because it's a notebook, of course. This is a notebook by Peter Popper Press, and it's probably the fanciest notebook that I've ever had, so I'm almost afraid to write in it. It's beautiful, the pages are beautiful, we have some beautiful quotes, and this is one that I was gifted by Safina. So thank you, Safina, this was also such a thoughtful gift. I don't really know what to use it for yet, but I think that maybe I'm going to use it to write my favorite quotes in, my bookish quotes, because of course if I'm going to have a beautiful notebook, I will use it to just write some things about books in it. So thank you, Johan, thank you, Safina, this was lovely to get. Now, if we go then into what I've been reading this week, I have actually finished two books. The first one that I finished was Pandora by Stokes Chapman. This is a new 2022 release. It's a Greek myth retelling set in the 18th century, and I actually really enjoyed this one up until the end, because then there were some revelations about the plot that have been building up for the entire book that I didn't really find that believable. I didn't really like that twist, but it's only at the end, and for the majority of the book I really did enjoy this. So yes, I was happy that I picked this one up and finished. And then the other book that I finished, and this was actually also a new release, and that is A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. This is the first book in a duology. It's very folklore-esque. It has nature-based magic, all the things that I absolutely adore, and also a romance. Pandora also had a romance, by the way. And I think that of the two, this is definitely my favorite one. So these are the two books that will definitely be in my new releases video, and then the third one I hope to finish next week. Now, I also started two books that I haven't finished yet, but these two I will definitely finish next week because we have live shows at Sunday, so I really need to finish them by Sunday. The first one is Red Country by Joe Abercrombie, so of course the third standalone in the First Law universe. We are going to have a live show at 6 p.m. Central European Time. If anything changes, I will of course link that in the description box down below, because normally we were going to have a live show for this today, but unfortunately something happened that I can't attend, and Jose and Steve were wonderful and they agreed to have the live show next week, so Sunday the 1st of May. Now, so far I am only, I think maybe 20% in, something like that, but I'm really enjoying it. I didn't really know what to expect because the standalones have been a hit and miss for me, but it has potential to become my favorite standalone of the three. So yes, really enjoying it so far. Of course, the narrator helps a lot. I really like the narrator of this entire series, but looking forward to that live show. And then the other book that I have started, because we will also have a live show for this next Sunday, and that is Priest of Bones by Peter Mclean. This is the first book in the War for the Rose Throne. Now, I think that definitely Steve will be joining us. I think Stacy and also Taylor, but I will link all the channels that will join us for this live show that will be on 6 p.m. Central European Time Sunday, so 2 hours after the Red Country live. It's the other way around. This one is 6 p.m. This one is 4 p.m. But again, like I said, details in the description box down below, because I can definitely make mistakes while I'm talking about this. So far, I'm really enjoying it. I'm not that far in, like this one, 20%, this one maybe 10, and it's a pretty short book, but it's very fast-paced, and this is basically Peaky Blinders. I've heard this said before, but I thought maybe it's slightly influenced by it. For now, it's almost exactly the same, but Peaky Blinders is one of my favorite TV shows, so I'm not complaining. So these two I will be reading definitely. And then the book that won the vote of the poll that I set up last week on the community tab, The Justice of Kings. So this is one that I want to read and hopefully finish next week, or at least start after I finish Priest of Bones. But since it is a short book, I think that I will probably finish this either Tuesday or Wednesday, and then I can continue with The Justice of Kings. So this is the third new release that I will have in that new releases wrap-up video. I'm quite excited for this one. Like I said in my last week's update, this has a lot of Witcher comparisons, so I am expecting to at least very much enjoy this read. And then the last read that I hope to pick up if I finish the audiobook of Red Country, and that is the second book in the Rainwild Chronicles by Robin Hobb. So the first one, Dragonkeeper, I really enjoyed. I do have quite high hopes for this one as well. I do agree with the majority of people that it's not the same level as everything else in the Realm of the Elderlings, but that doesn't mean that it's not amazing. Now, if you then go over to the videos that I uploaded last week, so I actually had two videos. The first one is my What is Grimdark video, where I'm just rambling about what I think about Grimdark, what I think about the genre. And I have been enjoying reading those comments on the video a lot. Basically, I am not an expert. I've read a couple of Grimdarks. I'm definitely not the most well-read Grimdark enthusiast ever. So I just shared my thoughts, and I really liked reading other people's thoughts, and sometimes that changes my opinion, sometimes it strengthens my own opinion. So I really enjoyed that. If you haven't seen that video yet and you want to share some of your thoughts, definitely do so, because that's my favorite part of that video, actually seeing other people's thoughts. And then the other video that I uploaded, I talked about this briefly in the beginning of this video, my book haul. So of course, both of those videos I will link in the description box down below if you haven't seen them already. Now, for next week, at the very least, I want to share my stats and goals check-in video. I have already filmed everything, I still need to edit it, but as always, if I haven't edited it in completion, I don't know if it's good enough to share. But the idea now is, if the raw footage is okay, to have that uploaded on Tuesday. And then I also want to upload my spoiler-filled Way of Kings vlog, because we had a spoiler-filled discussion last weekend, and now it's just time to have that vlog up. So that's also something that's coming your way next week. Other than that, I don't really have an idea if something is also going to be added on top of that or not. And then of course, like I said, we also have those two live shows on Sunday and the two books that we are going to discuss. Now, next week, I'm also going to be on some other people's channels, and I'm quite excited for that. So first of all, I do have a meeting with Jonathan of Words in Time. Wow. Words in Time, of course. This is an amazing sci-fi channel. So if you like fantasy, but you want to broaden your horizon and read some sci-fi, I definitely recommend Jonathan's channel, because he is amazing. And I've had some recommendations from him. My sci-fi TBR has exploded since I came across his channel. So definitely check him out. But tomorrow we are going to share some recommendations. So he's going to share 5 sci-fi recommendations, and I am going to share 5 fantasy recommendations. Now, he has asked to choose 5 categories, subgenres, tropes, something like that, and I am not really decided yet what I'm going to use. So if you have something, a category or a subgenre, anything like that, that you want to see a recommendation of me for, then definitely let me know in the comments down below, and I will try to include it in those 5. Now, this is not going to be a live discussion, so I do think that Jonathan will use that footage and then make a video of it that he will upload whenever he has time. But once that video is out, I will make sure to link it in this description box, but also of course share it on the community tab. And then next Friday, I do have a live conversation together with Steve over at Steve Talks Books. So Steve, of course, usually does these Friday conversations, and I have been on one of those previously, and I will link that one in the description box down below as well. And that's a lot of fun. We just talk about whatever we want. And Steve said recently that he wanted to bring those Friday conversations back, and if I wanted to be back on his channel. Of course, Steve has become a friend of mine, so I was very excited for that. And he said that he was going to ask some other booktubers. So of course, the more the merrier. Apparently, Mike over at Mike's Book Reviews, Jimmy over at Jimmy Nuts, and Philip over at Philip Chase are going to join us. So I will leave all the details down below. I think that we already have a video link, so of course I will link that in the description box down below as well. But I'm very excited. I feel like a very small fish between all of these booktubers that I have been following for years at this point. Mike is the booktuber that got me into booktube. I don't even know what I was typing in, probably something about Wheel of Time, and he is the first booktuber that really got me back into booktube and that eventually got me to make my own channel. So it's almost surreal that I'm going to talk with him and of course those other lovely people as well. So definitely check in if you do have the time, or watch afterwards, because I do think that that will be a very nice discussion. That's everything that I wanted to say. So if you haven't seen that book haul that I was talking about, you can watch that one right here. But usually book hauls are the ones that on my channel everybody watches, so maybe you have seen that one already, but if you haven't, you can find it right here. As always, I do hope that you enjoyed this video and see you next time. Bye!